Most YouTube creators don't understand the power that is packed in utilizing a great custom-made thumbnail. If you can get your targeted audience to go ahead and click on your custom-made thumbnail, you will have the power to allow for the algorithm to suggest your videos so that you can get more people in your industry and niche watching your content. Tamiadawkins here. Super excited to have you to join me. Do me a favor, if you've never seen my face before, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. On my channel, you'll find all things connected to living the intentional lady life so that you can live a life and build a business that I know that you'll absolutely love. Super excited to have you guys to join me today. So today, I'm gonna have the chance to be able to show you how to create custom-made thumbnails in the most simple way. I've watched myself many YouTube videos on the YouTube platform that teaches people how to create custom thumbnails, but I think that it comes across kind of complicated for the amateur or the newbie YouTube creators. There's a couple of tips that you really have to have down packed. Super easy. Things that you can jot down, and then as you continue to create your videos and your thumbnails, then you'll automatically get in the habit of remembering these things for each thumbnail that you create. Now, you must realize that when you create your thumbnails, they help to boost your discovery. They help people to be able to see you. When you create great thumbnails, you become visible instead of invisible. On your thumbnails, another really important part that you want to connect to it is the title. You want to make sure that when you create your title that it is super clear. You want to make sure that it's readable. You want to make sure that it is attractive. You have to understand that the design on your YouTube thumbnails has to be vibrant. It has to be something that stands out and really attracts your targeted audience. You want your thumbnail to accurately be able to really help people to understand what your content is about. And so really that connects to the branding component of your YouTube thumbnails. You want to make sure that these thumbnails represent the brand that you're promoting within your videos. Now, one thing that's important is that your YouTube thumbnails have the power to really be able to help people wrap their head around the content that you're gonna put in the video, but at the same time, you want it to really represent the power behind what it is that you're talking about in your videos. You have to make sure that you deliver on the promise of whatever it is that you put on that YouTube thumbnail. If you want your brand to remain consistent, authentic, and trustworthy, then it's important that you make powerful thumbnails, but it's also important that they absolutely deliver the content that's expressed on those thumbnails. Now, one thing that I want you to remember every single time you create custom-made thumbnails, I want you to remember that this is your billboard. This is your opportunity to make sure that you express to the world exactly who it is that you are and exactly what it is that your content is about. It's really a principle of intentionality, realizing that you're intentionally creating thumbnails that are custom made that will help to attract the targeted audience that you want. I cannot stress that enough. Remember, your brand speaks for you. If people never hear your voice, they will be attracted to you and want to get to know more about your particular message and your brand by simply looking at your thumbnail. Now, there are 3 different kinds of softwares that we're going to use to create your custom-made thumbnails, and I'm going to show you in the most simplistic way. The first software is going to be Canva, the second one is going to be Lightroom, and the third one is going to be Facetune, which is actually an app that you're going to send your photos to each time you create them, and then you can go ahead and make the necessary tweaks that we're going to go ahead and do so that you can create your custom-made thumbnails for your YouTube videos. First thing that I'm going to have you to do is really search for inspiration. Sometimes we need to have triggers of inspiration so that we can go ahead and then make what it is that we want to make to be able to help to support our brand. Most times, if you watch my past videos, you hear me name this as differentiation. You are not copying the design of other people that are on the YouTube platform creating, but you look at their stuff to be able to help you with your particular inspiration. And so what I want you to do is go ahead and create a playlist on your YouTube channel, so that when you begin to look at different people in your niche and in your industry, when you look at their thumbnails, then you can go ahead and save those inspirational thumbnails to your playlist, so that when you go ahead and you create your custom-made thumbnails, you have a reference point or something to look back on. Please make sure that when you create this playlist, you put it on private so that it doesn't show up on your feed as one of your playlists. All right, so let's go ahead and jump right into how you can create your custom-made thumbnails. Very first thing I'm gonna do to go ahead and create my custom thumbnail is I'm going to take the clips that I just shot and plug them into my editing software so that I can get an exported photo or snapshot from the film that I just shot to keep the consistency of the branding. And so here's the snapshot that I decided to take when I was recording the video so that it can be super easy. And what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and export this to my files and go ahead and hit save. So now this particular screenshot is in the files, so that when I go ahead and I do the rest of the process, everything will be ready. Now, of course, you don't have to go about it this exact same way. You can go ahead and just take a picture with your camera, or go ahead and just shoot the thumbnail after you do your video. But so I don't forget, because sometimes you can forget, I just do it within the same video frame. So we've completed the process of creating our thumbnail playlist, and then we went ahead and exported the photo that we went ahead and took a screenshot of inside of our editor software. So now we're in Adobe Lightroom. Inside of this software, you really have the ability to be able to do all the editing you need to do to your particular thumbnail photo. There's not a whole lot that I'm gonna go ahead and do to this photo. It's mostly just lightening it with the exposure. So what I would do is click the brush button, and I'm gonna just lighten it with the exposure, and then go ahead and do a couple of things with the contrast, as well as create some highlights. So whatever it is that you want to do to be able to pull the greatness out of your photos, you can do that in Adobe Lightroom. We're going to export this photo, now that it's basically the way we want, export it into our actual YouTube file, whatever YouTube file you have. And then what you're going to do is send that photo over to your phone, because we're going to utilize the Facetune app so that we can finish off making sure that our photo is exactly what we want. Now that I have my newly tweaked thumbnail photo inside of my phone, what I'm gonna go ahead and do is take this particular photo and then put it in the Facetune app so that we can do some more cool stuff to it. All right, so as you can see, I went ahead and I sent that photo over here to my phone. What I'm going to automatically do is go directly to my YouTube thumbnail file, and then go ahead and save this over there. All right, because I like to keep everything organized as much as possible. Then I'm gonna go ahead to my Facetune app, which is here. I have Facetune, the free version and also the paid. I believe that you can do this in either one, but I use the unpaid version just in case you guys decide to go with that one. And so as you can see, basically the last thumbnail that I went ahead and I did. So of course I have to pull my thumbnail in, just put in, and here it is, okay? And so what I want to do is really help myself to pop. I want to kind of give that blurry background effect. So I can do that by simply hitting the defocus at the bottom of the screen. And then what I'm simply going to go ahead and do is take my finger and start to make the background blurry, okay? Defocusing. All right. So do you see that change immediately in terms of how I'm really popping in the thumbnail? Now this is amazing, all right? So that is defocused really well. Now if you want to erase it because you feel like it's too blurry or you don't like something, obviously you can go over here to erase and make that happen. But I'm definitely satisfied with this because I'm definitely popping in the picture, okay? So we're gonna go ahead and save that. And if you wanna make any more tweaks, you can do that. You can whiten it, you can smooth it if you see anything. There's a whole lot of different things that you can do in this particular app, and you can go ahead and actually pull into it the particular picture and then begin to smooth out stuff. Like I smoothed out some areas of my face, but I definitely don't want to do too much, okay? So then I hit the check button. So I'm gonna take this photo, save it to my camera roll. All right, go to my camera roll, which is my photos. All right, and there's the recent one. You can kind of see the before and then the after. I think it's a big difference in terms of the background, right? So of course, to stay organized, I'm gonna save this to my YouTube thumbnail album. And then we're gonna go ahead and take that photo. And for me, I'm gonna airdrop it to my MacBook. Through Lightroom, it's been through Facetune, it is ready to go. Now, what I wanted to do, the creative thing that I wanted to do was I wanted to go ahead and put one of my past thumbnails here so that the whole, concept of what I'm trying to create in terms of, this is how you can make your custom made thumbnail can definitely come across. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is upload one of my past thumbnails, which I did, and then I'm gonna go ahead and place that here, okay? So then that brings to life, this is how you can create a custom made thumbnail. You have the option to be able to really put maybe like a backdrop on that, and I'll show you what I mean. This is just one of the elements that Canva has so that that photo will really pop. And then I'm gonna simply change the position of it, and then I can have like that background. See that? Super cool. All right, so what I need to add to this particular thumbnail now is my text. So I'm gonna go over here to the text, and I pretty much have the usual text that I use already in here because I set up all my fonts the way that I want them, and I usually use Antonio Bold or Anton. Remember, you want to invoke emotion. You want people to understand that you are giving them their solution. So I'm going to write on my thumbnail, create quick. Let's do that in an uppercase. So create quick custom thumbnails. All right, so I'm gonna go ahead and blow that up and then determine like where I really want it to be. Now, what you don't want to do is put any of your text in this, how can I describe this by looking at the screen, this bottom corner, okay? Because I don't know how it's going to come up on your screen and I don't want to confuse you. This area of the thumbnail, okay? That's my right, might be your left. And the reason why you don't want to do that is because when people are looking at YouTube thumbnails on their phone, this area is usually cut out because it has the timestamp in terms of how long the video is. All right, so I can put that there, or either I can use a smaller font, which I don't think I want to do. I think I want to put it up here and just make it a little smaller. And then what I'm going to do is, if I can, I'm trying to see if I can move this down, which I don't think it'll let me. So we're gonna test out, like I'm really making this thumbnail right now with you guys so you can see how it goes. All right, so either I can pull this over. Yeah, that's what I think I'm gonna do. All right. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to add an element behind it, which is going to be something like this. Create quick custom. Now I can drag this all the way over there and you see how that pops? Boom. All right. Now to make it pop more, then I can hit the text and then go ahead and double up and then do this in a white or pink font. These are my brand colors, so I'm always trying to make sure that I use them. So that is the end of this video in terms of helping you to be able to create the most amazing custom-made thumbnails for your YouTube videos. Do me a favor and go ahead and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the little bell, and you can also go ahead and put your YouTube channel URL down in the description box down below so I can check you out. Hey, I never want you to forget that I absolutely believe in you. I'll see you again here soon. Ciao.